Wait, I agree. Why is McDonald's better than
All right. If you realize on any form of math test, since you are from elementary school to actually they should teach this in elementary school, because if you realize start from like a fast test like algebra 1 or pre-algebra or algebra 2 or pre-calculus or AP exam, they all have similar pattern, and the pattern is the way that we give you questions. And the SAT as well, the way we give you a question. And that's why I think like people take this class and then went back to take SAT is a lot easier because you understand this pattern. The pattern is this: the way math question can express a functions, okay? The way that math tests express functions. And usually it's three ways. 1, 2, 3. Well, first one is really easy. It's just an equation. So they can express the equation. What do you think the other two way is? Yes. Graph was good. Not a word problem, no. There's one last one. Chart. And you're right. Chart. Because a lot of times you think about SAT, right? They give you a table. They ask you what is the function. Do you ever see that? Or they give you a graph. They ask you what is a function. Or they give you a function. They ask you what is the graph. Or they give you a function, ask you what is the table. If you realize that the way to ask question is always follow the same pattern, we don't think about those things, but it's only that's the way to ask question, constantly going back and forth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, it is we can give you equation, graph, table. We're gonna focus the table a little bit more today. Tomorrow we're gonna focus on equation, but we are gonna go toward a Riemann approximation. Riemann approximation. And this is a way to approximate a definite integral. Approximate a definite integral. There are 4 ways to do it. The first way is gonna be the left endpoint approximation. The left endpoint approximation. Hold on, let me move this. You can including the Riemann here, Riemann approximation. So they either say left endpoint or left Riemann sum. 2. Oh, there was Lee.
I had to go to the library. They said I had to pay for a book. Not that late, bro. Like 10 minutes. Good one for me.
That's always sounds so.
Huh?
No man.
Bro.
I was gonna say gay, but
That's fucked up. That's why I don't follow this class.
all right. Left hand approximation, right hand approximation. Now there are two other one. It's called trapezoid rule. And there's a midpoint. Midpoint rule. So we're gonna learn 4 different ways to approximate something. Now, also understand there is 2 types. There is a regular interval and irregular interval. So we gotta understand there is a regular interval versus irregular interval. In irregular interval has a different x. Like x is not follow the same pattern. They don't have the difference of 2 or difference of 3. They have difference. They have different type of difference. We'll show you an example of that. Okay, so basically we're gonna go into this Riemann approximation. So we're gonna see, hey, left endpoint, right endpoint. So at start, we're gonna give you something, a table. We're gonna give you a table, look something like this. Okay, we have a table here. You can copy this table down. Okay. Do you see, this is called regular interval. Do you see here, from here to here is 2. From here to here is 2. From here to here is 2. From here, here's 2. Is that, there's difference of 2. Now, they don't have to have a difference of 2. They can have one difference of 2, one difference of 3. You have to accommodate that for the approximation. So sometimes could be, that would be irregular. Okay, so we'll probably, if we were time, we do one example, but we're gonna do it a lot less. So then we say the way to approximate the integration from 1 to 9 based on this table, we can use multiple different type of approximation to it. We'll show you how they work. But first of all, drawing pictures. Another thing as a good math student is usually is able to draw good pictures. A picture can help you a lot. Okay. I think like Sepper is one of the type of student that he's really bad algebra, but he can draw great pictures. He can draw good pictures. Some of the students I think people here, I don't see too many people really emphasize on drawing pictures. It's very, very important. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this table and we're gonna draw a picture. The best way to draw a picture for this Riemann sum purpose, I like to use my own way, and my own way is like this. Now you don't have a graphing paper, so on your AP exam you don't have graphing paper. So the best way is just estimate it. So let's say this is a 7. You can start a point. And if you go into 3, it's gonna be 5. 5 is lower than 7, so we're gonna say that's 5 right here. Is that okay? And at 5, it's gonna be 10, so it's gonna be it's more than 7, so it's 10 right here. So I write a number right next to the dot because I know the height of that. I can take it a height really, really easy. In 7, I can say that's 12. That's gonna be here. That's 12. It's higher than 10. And it's lower than 10 here is 9, so it's lower than 10 is 8. It's between 7 and 8. So I write a point right next to it, so that way I can keep a track of the things. What am I trying to keep a track? I'm trying to keep a track as this. If I were to do left endpoints, I will do this drawing here. So this is the left. You realize I did not use the height of which one? The 8, the most right points. Okay. Also, when I was in Taiwan, I remember in 4th grade we learned something kind of stupid, but I didn't realize it wasn't stupid. It was something pretty useful in this case. So it was telling me like, okay, those are 5 trees align each other like this, and how many space between trees? Well, there's a 5 tree. You immediately you will probably thought it's 5 space, but it's not. It's actually 4 spaces. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there's a 4 space between 5 trees. So it's always n minus 1. Tree minus 1 is equal to the space. So that's why you're not using the 8. Tree minus 1 equal to space. Anyway. All right, so I didn't use this point. So if I would have done this, it's going to be 2, which is the first height is 2, right? This is 2, this 2, this 2. Now, they don't have to be 2. On your homework, some of the things is going to be irregular. So you're going to base on this width. So 2 times 7 plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 times 12. And that's equal to 14, 10, 20, 24. So I think that's going to give you 68. And this is left Riemann sum. Riemann sum. Left Riemann sum. Now I'm going to do right again. So what's the difference between right? How do I do right? The opposite. So I'm going to start with the right endpoint first, right? I'm going to base on the 8. And I'm going to use this to draw a property. Do you see this different drawing? The two graphs are a little bit different because one is based on rightmost endpoint. One's based on leftmost endpoint. So in this case, it will be 2 times 8 plus 2 times 12 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 times 5. And I think that's 16 plus 24 plus 20 plus 10. So that is 70, I believe. So this is called Riemann sum approximation. And you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. Is there any way I can do even better? So I can do trapezoid. What I mean by trapezoid is this. I'm going to copy and paste here. The trapezoid is going to look something like this. Would you say this is a better approximation? Right in between the left and right? Right in the middle? And then you say, oh, okay, well, and please tell me this is trapezoid, not a rectangle plus a triangle. Yeah. What am I? So the trapezoid, is the base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times height. So what you're going to do is 7 plus 5 divided by 2 times the height, which is 2. This is the height. This is the height of the base. This is the base 1. This is the base 2. So plus 5 plus 10 over 2 times 2. Plus 10 plus 12 over 2 times 2. Plus 12 plus 8, sorry, 12 plus 8 times 2. Now the 2 gonna cancel out pretty nicely here, so you just have to add a number. Now on AP exam here, you can done FRQ. If it's an FRQ, then you're gonna stop right there because you don't want to oversimplify and take more time and you got a wrong answer. You stop right there without evaluation. If it's MCQ, evaluate it. MCQ, you actually go into evaluate it. So in this case, it's 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 15, plus 22, plus 20. I don't know what's add up to be. 69. What? 12 plus 15 plus 22 plus 12 plus 8. See, this is 12 plus 8. That was really loud.
I know it did. That was really embarrassing.
So does that make sense? Trapezoid rule is based on base 1, base 2 divided by 2. This is everybody can do it. You just need to know how to add. Even you don't need to add. Just write down the number. You will get a credit on FRQ. Really easiest part to get credit for. Okay. All right. So let's talk about midpoint. Now, if you realize all this with a 4, in this case, I did 4 equal intervals, right? And there's a 4 equal interval. 4 equal interval. And this is a 4 equal interval. Now, can I do with midpoint? Midpoint is a little bit different. Midpoint, you cannot do 4. Midpoint, you cannot do 4. So here we're going to show you example of midpoints. I cannot do 4. The midpoint, you had to do a 2 sub-interval, 2 equal intervals. 2 equals interval. Why? Because if I do 4, then I need to figure out what happened in the middle of here. But I don't have the value in between there. I only have 4. I only have 5 value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only can do 2 sub-intervals. 2 sub-intervals. Why? Because we can base on this, and we're going to find out the middle here. So that's the midpoint, the middle of 2 intervals. And you have to have a value based on the table. You cannot say I can use between 1 and 3. I don't have a value here to use, so I have to use 2. So the way to draw 2 is going to look like this. Even though this might seem like going to be off by a lot, depends on the data. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be 4. This is a 4 times the height is 5, so 4 times 5 plus 12 times 4. So it's equal to 20 plus 48 is equal to 68. So it's still pretty good. It's just as good as left end approximation, right end approximation, trapezoid. It's only 1 off. It's not too bad. Yes.
Do we need to draw all types?
Yes.
Why?
That's just how the test is formatted. It's not because of what I want you to do. If I were to want you to do it, I don't need you to learn how to do approximation because it's not accurate. But later on, we would in BC Cal we learn something Euler's method. It's not accurate thing, but it's the only thing that we can base on. Okay, so this is 68. So if you realize the first answer is 68, second answer is 70, third answer trapezoid is 69, and the midpoint is not too far off. It's actually pretty good approximation, but it's also because of data too. Because the data is differently. If the midpoint is way lower or way higher, it's going to be way over approximation or way under approximation. So it really depends on the data points. But most of the data point is not gonna be like off by a lot. It's gonna be like extreme. Yes.
Midpoint, how do you know, like, you know how you drew the line, like, at 5, the horizontal line? What if I draw the line at 7? Like, how do
You cannot, because that's not 7, it's not a midpoint. The phi is between 7 and 10. So I can use the middle of the two value. And I cannot do between 7 and 5 because I don't know the value between 7 and 5. So that's why you had to reduce down to 2 subintervals.
Wait, no, I meant like, no, I get that it's in the middle, but like the ones that are like on the graph, like the 5 and the 7. If you drew it across 5, what if I draw it across 7?
Because I'm based on the height of the middle of the two value. So I don't base on the height of 1 or 5. I'm basing on the height of 3 at when x is equal to 3. Because that's to be in the middle. Is that okay? Okay. How much time I have?
Like 7 minutes.
7 minutes? Okay, we're gonna do a quick irregular interval. Does everybody understand this or no? I will give you something and I will give you an answer. So that way you can calculate, use the calculator, add up to see the answer, so you see match. If it match, that means you did it right. If it's not matching, you had to go back, revisit your the rectangle and stuff like that. Okay? Now remember, on the table, they can give you a equation, a graph, or table, right? So today you're gonna see some graph, you're gonna see some equations. Okay, you gotta learn how to draw it. Now, next thing is, what if I give you irregular intervals? So that just says, what do you mean by irregular? That just says x and f of x, and that's equal to 2, 5, 7, 9, or not says 8 and 13, something like this. And we're gonna give you 4 random values, so it says 10, 8, 11, and 15, and 3. Some not 3. 3 is too low. Let's say 6, something like that. So if I have irregular interval, now you gotta understand, midpoint does not work in irregular because there is no middle of 2 points. Because 8 is not between 7 and 13, 5 is not between 2 and 7. So in this case, I can only ask you 3 different type of approximation. I can ask you the left end approximation. I can ask you right end approximation. I can ask you trapezoid, but I cannot ask you midpoints. Is that okay? So let's just say left end. This one you have to be very cautious because this is irregular interval. So the distance between those two is 3. The distance between those two is 2. The difference between 1 and this is 5, right? So you have to watch out for that. So again, I'm gonna draw it. If you're good at drawing, you can be pretty easy. So let's just say this is 2. I'm gonna say 2 is at 10. And I'm saying 5. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be 8, a little bit lower. 7 is gonna be 11. And 8 is gonna be 15. And 13 is gonna be 6. Right? Now, can you figure out what the left end is in this case? Can you try it? At least write it out. Be careful. This rectangle width is no longer the same. It's a little bit different than before. So if I were to draw it, it should look like this. And the base here is, well, the left-hand approximation is going to be 3 times 10. Do you see that? Do you see why it's 3 times 10? Because from here to here is 3, right? What's the next one? 2 times what? 8. Do you realize it is not longer always 2? What's the next one? 1 times 11. What's the next one? 5 times what? 15. And that's it. And that will be 30, 16, 11, 75. 105 plus 27, so 132. Can you do right end? Can you do trapezoid on your own? I'm gonna do it. You don't have to look it up. Hopefully you got the same as me. That'll be the right. Is that okay? No? No? Okay. Wait, the 6, right?
Can you zoom in just a little?
Because this is 6, this is 5. So 6 times 5. Because I'm gonna base on this drawing. Is that okay? And based on 15. So 15 times 1. I'm based on 11. Then it'll be 11 times 2. I'll base on 8. So it's gonna look like something like this. Ten's not including because you use the right end. So it's the right end, then it's... I'm gonna do the trapezoid really quickly. So trapezoid. Trapezoid is gonna be 10 plus 8 divided by 2. That's the base. Times the height is 3. Plus 8 plus 11 over 2 times 2, I think. Plus 11 plus 15 over 2 times 1. Plus 15 plus 6 over 2 times 5. And on FRQ, you're gonna stop right here. You do not try to evaluate it. In MCQ, you will try to evaluate it. FRQ do not. You just don't want to waste time. But you want to write out each trapezoid. Everybody in this room can do it. It doesn't matter. You know, if you did bad on the test before, this is just adding rectangles or adding trapezoids. But there's no midpoint for irregular. What?
Gonna finish the whole thing. No. I did all of them. No odd one. I literally did 60.
I told you to odd one. There's a reason I told you to odd one. Why are you so stubborn?
Like, I couldn't finish it.
I just wanted to show you what my parents presented me to me here. It has a little bit mistake. It doesn't add C.
Why do your parents do that?
Because I get my handwritten to go test. Sometimes I think
Is
my
your
dad
parents
was
an engineer?
But my dad was a programmer.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
He don't really remember everything, but he still loves.
Oh, he likes math? That's funny. Want me to come back here? You can come back along. We can work on it, how to change your speed.
Yeah.
I think speed of the question should be depend on which the level. it goes to.
It's like
And so I average up the per question. So 17 seconds times 10 is 170. So it's right before 3 minutes. So we can do the 13 to 18 seconds. And 13 seconds times, so the way I did math, and 13 times 10 is 130 seconds. 130 seconds is 2 minutes. So 2 minutes and 10 seconds it's like a stronger bot.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense,
Yeah.
right? So you want to be the 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So that way it's like is asking like either is 2 minutes 10 seconds or almost 3 minutes.
I think it's good.
So that way we can average the bot speed.
Yeah.
You know, I beat Mr. Yay.
Oh yeah.
Crazy shit, bro.
I haven't tried the sudden death feature yet because I've just been going against bots, but I don't know if it works.
I don't know. But this is the thing. If we finish it, I can send it to all the pre-cal teacher. And
We can finish it today.
Okay.
100%.
Can you?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's basically done right now.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Did you see the live watch feed
Yeah.
at the bottom?
I love the. I think in a classroom it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody can see everybody's progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even you finish, you could watch other people doing it too.
Yeah.
I think that'd be.
If I'm playing that and I lose, I'll just start screaming the wrong answers every single time.
Alright, see you guys.
Peace out, Fabian. See you later. Fabian. Do we have the essay today for Graham?
Yeah, we do.
I'll fucking kill one.
He's evil.
Grim? He's not evil.
Evil.
He's a funny guy, bro. He's a funny guy.
No, Palm is harder grader.
Everyone is evil.
No.
Everyone's so
Palm is
Palm-
harder grader.
Palm is harder grader.
Palm is harder grader. Palm is already making us essay today.
Farms of hard period?
Palm is a really tough grader.
Yes.
Do you have Palm?
I have him for seminar.
Oh, seminar is chill.
Oh, he's wearing.
He doesn't care now. It's second semester, and second semester he just has. If you submit anything, he just gives you 100 because he can't like grade you on your work. Because second semester is your AP exam. The whole entire second semester.
Oh shit! I haven't done any of this.
Did you do homework?
Yeah, that's yeah. We haven't done
Talk to my dad out of
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Oh shit! We
They
haven't
come
done
up the day of my week and it's just tomorrow.
I know, bro.
You have to lay that physics test tomorrow.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
don't say it.
Eli. Some people said my system pulled out, bro. I'm not switching your ass. I told you to not put it in, bro. Oh, like oh. There's no thing. I look child, bro.
Yeah, bro, you have to.
Can somebody get a door?
I had physical therapy evaluations.
Oh my god,